Yeah.
Okay, so these are just some tips on shipping a scale change with the best chance of no breakage. The first thing is to stabilize the scale changer. Some people tie a rope from the scale changer to one of the stops, but it often bends the scale change bar. So what we do is we stuff some bubble wrap on the base side, so it's out of the way of the coupler bars, underneath the ribbon. And when you're doing that, you have to just be careful not to stretch or rip the ribbon. So just a small bubble wrap, little piece at a time, till you get it stuffed in here underneath enough so that the scale changer won't move from side to side when it's being moved around. And I always leave a little tongue of it sticking out so that the customer can gently pull it out. Another thing is make sure that the latches are open. If they're closed, they often break during shipping because the weight of the instrument forces them up, and that piece is very small. So we always leave those open and then put a note in that tells the customer they need to be closed in order to play the instrument. Otherwise, sometimes they can't figure that out. Next thing is one small thin layer of bubble underneath the cover plate. Usually we cut that to shape so it fits underneath there without sticking out the edges here. And then we also stuff a bit of bubble or foam in the front and at the back corners back here so that the internal part of the instrument doesn't move in the box at all. So we usually will just break off little pieces of bubble wrap and stuff them in four corners, here, here, and at the back there. And then just check it so that there's no movement here, like that. And then the next step is some bubble wrap on top. And usually we do 2 layers cut to the exact size of the whole top of the instrument. 2 layers of bubble wrap like that, full pieces. And then put the top on. And when we put the top on, the most important part is that it doesn't move. You don't want it so tight that it's... You don't want it so tight that it's squishing the top of the instrument or going to break this piece of wood, but firmly in place and no movement inside the box. So what we do is close it and then pick the thing up and shake it. And if you can feel it clunking at all, there's just going to be more movement in the whole shipping process, which gives a much more higher percentage chance of having one of those coupler bars come out of line and screw up the keyboard, which is not a huge problem if you're sending it to somebody who knows how to fix it, but it can be terminal for people that don't know how to work on their instrument. So if it's moving just a little bit, we often will take the top off. And usually it's this dimension that it's moving, so we add a little bit more foam there or bubble wrap until you just don't feel any movement. And bubble wrap the outside, put in the box, put that in another box,